Red Rock Landing Cattle Company got its start probably in 1972 or 3. This is probably one of the largest yearling operations in this part of the country. These cattle we get in are weighing from 280 to 3 1/4. Get these little cattle in is a challenge. It takes a lot of TLC, getting them off to the healthy start right off the bat. And that takes work, it takes time, but it's worth it.
The more care that you give them and the more you can pay attention to what's going on with the cattle, and the more you know about that, it pays off in the long run.
Our main goal is to get the cattle in, try to take as good a care of them as if we were a KIF, we would like to be treated like that. Mainly just watch the cattle and make sure that their life is as good as it can be for the time that they live here.
Welcome to the American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. Beef producers are always looking to add value to their livestock. And on this episode, we'll introduce you to an exciting new value-added program from Superior Livestock Auction. But first, we'll take you to New Mexico, where one ranching family has been building a legacy of exceptional animal care for more than 40 years. This episode is brought to you by VitaFerm and their GainSmart mineral. It's not often that any business can hold a customer for more than 4 decades, but Red Rock Land and Cattle of Logan, New Mexico has been using VitaFerm products since their ranch got its start in 1973. We visited Red Rock early this spring to learn more about their unique stocker operation and to take a closer look back at their receiving and management program that they've built to maximize healthy, efficient, profitable gains for their cattle. I hope you enjoy the program. Let's head out to New Mexico and learn how Red Rock Land and Cattle got its start.
Red Rock Land and Cattle Company was established about over 40 years ago. We're a family-owned corporation. It was started by my mother and my father. My dad, all of his life, wanted to ranch. That was his ultimate dream and ultimate goal, and he got started farming as a means by which he could acquire a ranch. And for probably the first 6 years of my life, we farmed, raised corn, alfalfa, and wheat. We also run cattle. We'd lease country and those types of things.
Dave and I both had farms in the Sedan area up south of Clayton, and I wasn't a farmer, and Matt had a large farm cattle operation up there, and he bought a ranch down here in '72, I believe. After that, Matt asked Dave and I if we wanted to sell our farms and move down here and form a corporation and ranch, and that's what I want to do all my life. So we put our farm on the market, and we came down here in about 1976. When we first started down here, we ran cows probably 5 or 6 years.
Our cow operation seemed to get into a situation where we would run yearlings and cows, and it ended up that it's a competition.
We could run 3 or 4 of those little southeastern calves to 1 cow and a calf. And if you get dry, you can go to the feed yard, you can sell them, you've got other options. This is probably one of the largest yearling operations in this part of the country. And it's I think it's one of the best ranches. Where we're located, we're elevation that we can run a year-round operation.
The winters in this area are not as severe as they are in other areas. And the biggest challenge we have is Mother Nature. Lack of rain, is a challenge.
In our country, it doesn't take a whole lot of rain here, but it takes a little.
We receive the cattle year-round, and we can roll cattle year-round. We can send and receive all at the same time. We'll have all different weights of cattle, and we can make that work. So we normally have a consistent flow of cattle that we can do something with.
These cattle we get in are weighing from 280 to 3 1/4, and they come mainly from Florida.
Basically, we start cattle from babies and take care of them until it's time to go to the feed yard when they come 750, 800 pounds.
They stay on the ranch roughly a year, and then depending on the market situation, whether it's more advantageous to outright sell private treaty or to retain ownership and run them through the feedlots.
We decide if we're going to sell or go to feed yard with them, depending on the market conditions, what we think the market might be in the future. In the last couple of years, that's got to be pretty hard to predict. Getting these little cattle in is a challenge. It takes a lot of TLC, getting them off to the healthy start right off the bat. And that takes work, it takes time, but it's worth it.
When we get our cattle in, they spend a long truck ride getting here.
When we get the calves in here, they generally come in on a Friday morning. They leave Florida Thursday morning early. They'll be on the truck 24 hours. And they get in here about 8 or 8:30 Friday morning, and we're set up for the calves. We unload the cattle off the truck. We put them in 2 pens on hay and water, and we leave them set for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then we'll bring 1 pen at a time up, and we'll process those cattle. They get everything right then. Then they're put back in those pens, and they'll stay in those pens. We'll feed them twice a day. And then at the end of that week, the next Thursday, we'll bring those calves back up. We'll revac them, give them a 7-way shot, and turn them to a bigger pasture altogether, probably a 500-acre pasture. We hand feed the cattle. After that first week, they kind of savvy the feed pickup and the siren, and we'll keep the cattle in that pasture for a week, and then we're ready for another load of cattle the next week. They move 5 times in 5 weeks. And each time we get a little further from headquarters, and we'll, at the end of the 5th week, we'll bring the cattle back in and size and sort them. And then they're broke to cake at that time, and we'll scatter them to the bigger pastures.
When we come back, we'll take a closer look at the Red Rock operation and learn about one unique product that's helping them maximize profits through healthy, efficient gains. Stay tuned for more of The American Rancher, brought to you by GainSmart.
We want a trust relationship with our customers. We want them to know that we care about them, that our products work, and we'll stand behind them.
To come back and purchase, to bid and buy their customers' cattle, they're very, very dedicated to a customer's product, and I think that creates a lot of longevity.
98, that's 63,000. Thank you.
Take control of current market conditions on Superior Livestock's weekly video auction. Register your lot load cattle by Tuesday, sell them on Thursday, putting you 2 days from money with the largest cattle marketing network in North America. Superior Livestock's weekly video auction has over 8,000 active and qualified buyers, and they're paying top dollar. Yep. Jump in. The bidding is hot. Call us or click superiorlivestock.com to learn more.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Beef producers across the country know the importance of maximizing forage utilization to create healthy, efficient gains. Now, this is especially important for stocker and yearling operations. And at Red Rock Land and Cattle, managing forage can be particularly challenging due to the weather conditions in that region. Let's head back to New Mexico and learn how the Red Rock crew has trusted Vitaferm and their GainSmart mineral to add more pounds to their cattle for more than 40 years. We'll also introduce you to Alan Lee and Dennis Delaney of Biozyme, the manufacturers of Vitaferm and GainSmart.
Harold and the guys have got the straightening out and the processing and conditioning the little cattle down to an art, and we feel like that that can't hardly be done a whole lot better than what they're doing it.
We're getting ready to do all of our spring work right now. We will regather everything, sort them up for a more consistent weight for the pastures, and reworm everything, and then they will pretty much be on their own on minerals and grass for the summer.
We need to have animals that are healthy and thrifty and able to travel some distances because we are a wide open country here. And the health of the animals is a very critical situation.
These cattle we turn out in big pastures, yeah, some of them are 6,000-7,000 acre pastures. And you go through the cattle before you turn them out, and you don't send anything that you think might get sick. They've got to be healthy.
If you can keep your cattle healthy and have a good mineral program, a good supplement program, then the cattle are just naturally going to do better. But you have to start out with healthy cattle, and you have to do everything that you can to help keep them healthy.
I've been employed at Biozyme for going on 39 years, and Red Rock has been a customer best part of all of that and then some. You don't have to be here very long and be pretty impressed with the successful ability they have of getting these light calves in out of Florida, the animal husbandry that goes in behind this operation, just the management, the know-how. Some of the challenges that Red Rock is facing is keeping these calves up and going and keeping them healthy.
Creating efficient, healthy gain is very important in stocker and yearling operations because it's simply the way these guys are paid at the end of the day. The GainSmart Mineral Pack is simply a no-brainer for the stocker and yearling operators. It's got Amaferm incorporated in it, as well as organic copper, zinc, and iodine for hoof health. The Amaferm is going to increase the performance and gain of these cattle economically.
We started using Vitaferm probably some over 40 years ago, and we felt like that the vitamin package and the Amaferm product that Vitaferm puts in their products makes these cattle able to utilize the grasses that we have. And GainSmart is just something that we have come to depend on.
And those cattle will hit that mineral feeder, and the Amaferm, it stimulates that rumen, and it gets their bugs working. It's good for them. I mean, it makes a difference.
Customers tell us not only do these cattle start quicker, go to the bunk faster, start drinking quicker, but they also see an additional 1/4 to 1/3 of a pound a day gain out of these cattle over the grazing period. All of the research will show that when Amaferm is incorporated into your operation, you should expect an additional 1/4 of a pound a day.
The GainSmart we do use on the new fresh cattle that we just received, it's put out straight, free choice, just to try to kind of get them caught up on their mineral deficiency. Because a lot of those cattle, they've never been on a mineral program.
And if you can get the little cattle eating and get their minerals back to where they need to be and give them a complete package all the way through, then that works. And they utilize the grass better, they utilize the cake you're feeding them better. And whether we go to feed yard with them or sell them, they'll do good for whoever they go to, and they'll do good for us.
When talking to a lot of stocker operators, cost is one of the first things that comes up in the conversation. When you put the pencil to the paper and you get to looking at the GainSmart program and what Amifirm can do within your operation in terms of keeping these cattle healthier and gaining faster, it's certainly a win for everybody. GainSmart's formulated for stocker and yearling cattle, but we do have a wide variety of different formulations to fit different needs within different operations. We have the standard stocker cattle formula that's for grass cattle. We have a wheat pasture and small grain formula. We also offer it with the option of Rumensin in it for more of a starter feed yard situation. And just recently we have announced that we are going to come out with GainSmart stocker with the heat package incorporated to maximize summertime grazing. We at Biozyme are committed to care that comes full circle. We feel like we're obligated to provide products to our producers to keep their cattle healthier and performing at the highest level possible.
You're gonna get out of your cattle what you put into your cattle. The more care you give, the better end result you have.
Our main goal is to get the cattle in, try to take as good a care of them as if we were a calf. We would like to be treated like that and make sure that their life is as good as it can be for the time that they live here.
When we come back, we'll take a look at an exciting new way that producers can add value to their cattle through better health and nutrition. Stay tuned for more of The American Rancher, brought to you by VitaFirm and their GainSmart mineral program.
The American Shorthorn Association is America's oldest beef breed association. Shorthorn cattle have been documented to produce high-quality carcasses that out-yield other British breeds. The added docility and maternal advantage of Shorthorns make them an outstanding choice to add heterosis to your commercial cattle operation. Shorthorns truly are a breed focused on performance with purpose. For more information, visit our newly renovated website at shorthorn.org or call 816-599-7777.
If you're in the stocker business, you know exceptional care and good nutrition are the keys to healthy, profitable cattle. The GainSmart Stocker program provides all the tools you need to minimize stress at receiving, stimulate appetite quickly, and create efficient gains on forage or feed. Plus, feeding GainSmart makes your cattle eligible for Superior's first ever value-added nutrition program. Learn more about the GainSmart Stocker program and find a dealer near you at GainSmart.com.
Superior Livestock Auction is kicking off the 2018 Summer Sales Series with the Corn Belt Classic June 13th and 14th in Council Bluffs, Iowa. This two-day sale features value-added program calves, yearlings, and breeding stock, including top northern genetics. Live from the Ameristar Hotel and Casino, broadcast on Superior Click-to-Bid and the Cowboy Channel. For consignment or buyer registration, click superiorlivestock.com or call 800-422-2117.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. This episode is brought to you by VitaFirm and their GainSmart mineral. Superior Livestock Auction is one of the most trusted names in the livestock marketing industry. Known as the pioneer of video auctions, Superior also shaped the industry standards for vaccination protocols through their value-added marketing programs. Today, Superior looks toward the future once again as they partner with Biozyme, the makers of VitaFirm and GainSmart Mineral, to offer the industry's first ever value-added nutrition program. This exciting new offering promises not only to return a premium to sellers, but to better inform buyers about the nutritional welfare of the cattle they are purchasing. In this segment, we'll learn more from Alan Lee of Biozyme and Superior Livestock Auction representative Will Durrett.
One of the most important things to us at Biozyme is that we can help producers keep their cattle healthier. When you have healthier, higher performing cattle, it's going to allow for you to capture a bigger profit when you go to market. When you make a bigger profit by adding value to these cattle, that's simply more dollars that you can take home to your family operations. At Biozyme, we're extremely proud and excited that we are able to offer, in conjunction with Superior Livestock Auctions, the first ever value-added nutrition program.
It's important for producers to find new ways to add value to their livestock because in the cattle business, the margins are really, really small. And in all of production agriculture, I think the margins are pretty small. So when you're operating on a small margin, every dollar counts. My family and many of my customers that I work for on Superior have been in production agriculture for over 100 years. And it's a way of life, but it's also a business. And you know, that's how we provide for our families and put food on the table. And so we just try to keep up with the changing times and the changing global market and try to find niches to, you know, have our cattle bring more value.
In today's cattle market, you can certainly see that it's very important for these cattle to have a paper trail, if you will. The buyers want to know what type of a program the cattle have been on prior to purchasing. With that, you know, when the buyers know that these cattle are nutritionally sound and healthy, they're more than likely going to give a premium for them.
Mineral supplementation, nutrition is the next frontier on these value-added programs, and why it is because, in my opinion, is because a mineral program curtails a vaccination health program. At Superior, we've been pioneers of promoting the VAC protocols, and as a producer, I've seen firsthand the value in giving these calves the vaccines that they need. And animal nutrition, particularly mineral, goes right along with the vaccine program. It adds to the overall health of the animal, and it adds to the value of the animal, in my opinion. And so that's why Superior has partnered with Biozyme, is to promote healthier animals and animals that are more valuable to the buyer base.
You know, it's a win-win for both of our customers. The people that participate by incorporating GainSmart into their operations are going to see better gaining, healthier cattle, as well as it's going to give them the opportunity to potentially capture a premium through the value-added program at Superior Livestock when they market their cattle. Not only is this good for the seller of the cattle, but the buyer should have utmost confidence that these cattle are nutritionally sound, healthy, higher performing cattle.
Superior's pioneered the vaccination protocol for cattle that sell nowadays. In 1995, when these programs, the VAC programs were rolled out, there was less than 50% of the cattle had ever had a viral vaccine. Now in 2018, less than 1% of the cattle that sell on the summer sales have not had a viral vaccine. So Superior's basically helped raise the bar on just the baseline protocol for the vaccines that cattle have had.
Superior Livestock Auctions has been the pioneer in establishing value-added programs within the marketplace. For a lot of years, these programs have been based around pharmaceuticals. They've been based around vaccination programs, genetic programs, but they recognize the need for nutrition. And that's when we at Biozyme and the crew at Superior Livestock come to the agreement and the partnership to launch the first ever value-added nutrition program within their marketing.
Superior has partnered with Biozyme to create this value-added VitaFirm and GainSmart value-added programs because Biozyme is a progressive company that wants to add value to people's product, to their cattle, and that's what we're trying to do at Superior, is add value to people's product. And so the two go hand in hand. As ranchers, we're trying to do what's best for our cattle, and so it's better for the cattle to be vaccinated, to be immunized, and it's better for the cattle to be on, you know, good mineral programs. And so a lot of these programs, as far as the vaccines and the nutrition and the mineral, we're just trying to do what's best for the cattle. And so it helps if we get paid for it, but we're just trying to, you know, take care of these animals as best as we can.
Both the crew at Superior Livestock as well as us at Biozyme think that it's certainly a win for our producers to be able to utilize our products and capture a premium on those cattle when they're sold and marketed through Superior Livestock Auctions.
Thank you, Will and Alan, for the information. Animal nutrition could certainly prove to be the new frontier for value-added livestock marketing. Also, a special thanks to the crew at Red Rock Land and Cattle for sharing your story with us today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The American Rancher. If you'd like to learn more about GainSmart Mineral or the VitaFirm GainSmart Stalker program, give them a call or log on to GainSmart.com and find a dealer nearest you. Also, be sure to check us out at theamericanrancher.com or connect with us on Facebook. I'm Pam Minnick for the entire American Rancher team. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Superior.